Morning all, here we are at Crewe Motorcycle Centre, and Roger has invited me to take out another bike, and there it is. Yeah, Crewe Motorcycle Centre, they don't just do Royal Enfield and BSA, they also do Benelli and a load of other brands as well. But like I say, he's invited me today to take the Benelli TRK702 out for a bit of a blast. And it's got a low seat height, but it also comes with these panniers. For a short amount of time, get people to get their orders in, they can have a free set of panniers and top box. And the on the road price is about 7.2. Am I right in that? No, 6.7. I think it's 6,700. So not a bad value, is it? So anyway, let's see what it's like. Now, for me, I've got to. I'm not a fan of top boxes and all this lot, because I've never had them. There we are. Sounds eager. What we got there? So we've got neutral gear indicator, speed, revs on a nice little dash. Into gear. I'm trying to do a bit of a mixed ride today, because this is like an adventure tourer. So we'll try and do. I want to do a bit of normal roads and dual carriageways. It's quite a windy day, and it's got a screen which might affect the audio a bit. These mirrors are way out. Now recently I rode my mate Pete, thank you Pete, I rode Pete's CB500X Honda, and I was mightily impressed with that bike. Into neutral nicely. Now I'm 5'9", with a 30-inch inside leg, and I'm not, if I push down, I am flat footing on this. But it's a bit of a pain in the bum getting on and off because of the panniers. But that's only really because I'm not used to them, isn't it? So we'll do a little bit of town work here. This bike's done 572 miles, 573. So it's running. The handlebars are very high and quite wide. There's a nice seating position. Find the indicator. I've got to be a little bit gingerly on these roads because honestly they really are greasy this morning. I don't know if you can hear the exhaust notes, like a do-do-do-do-do. You can almost feel and hear every beat of the heart of the engine. Take a left here. It does feel quite top end heavy, but again, that's really only down to me, because I normally ride a Royal Enfield Classic 350, where the centre of gravity is quite low. And I'm not really used to large bikes like this. Don't get me wrong, in the past I have. I've had like Suzuki Bandit 1200s and whatever. And more recently a Yamaha Tracer 900, which is fairly similar, isn't it, to this. Let's go this way. It feels quite lively. The throttle going through town there, there was no snatchiness at all. Oh, go on then. Yeah, it's Benelli. Obviously, historically is a Chinese, Italian brand, which were bought out by a Chinese company. So the bike is essentially a Chinese bike. But if you're not bothered about brands and badge snobbery, then it might be an option for you. Now obviously this isn't a long-term review or whatever. It comes with a 2-year warranty, so they must be fairly confident in it. Just negotiate this here roundabout. I think where I am now, hang on. I've actually ended up coming the wrong way. I wanted to go somewhere else really, but oh, never mind. I used to live in Crewe, but so much has changed. The roads and everything else is, I want to be over there a bit, but never mind. I can't remember what the speed limit is here. 40, that's right. I can hear a little bit of buffeting, but I can't feel any. But it is a windy day today. Got a power take-off there, look, which I presume is just a, oh yeah, it's a USB, so it's got a standard USB and a USB-C. It's a comfortable bike. The seat, well, bags of room for moving backwards or forwards. You know, when those occasions when your bum starts to ache and you want to give yourself a bit more room. We'll go straight across this roundabout. I smell diesel somewhere. I've no doubt some of the comments will say Chinese and Italian combination, so it's not going to be reliable and all the rest of it. Well, how do you know? Yeah, because the Chinese manufacturers have really upped their game. Now originally I would have come from the other direction up to this roundabout, so we'll go down to the next roundabout, turn round and then come back up again. Because yeah, let's face it, most people are going to be using this for touring. This is the road version, the 702. Then you've got the 702X, which is like, well, semi off-road, isn't it? It's holding the throttle there quite nicely. God, these roads are greasy. About 70-ish mile an hour, holding a steady 5,500 revs. I can hear a lot of buffeting, but I can't. It's not rattling my brain. So the screen does a fairly good job, because like obviously if you're doing that sort of mileage all the time you'd be wearing earplugs anyway. Right, we'll go back on ourselves now. Physically it feels quite a big bike, but it feels stable, you know. I'm sure. Oh yeah, I was just trying to say there is a fuel gauge and there's plenty of fuel in it. Yeah. So we're doing what, 68 mile an hour? And try it. You know, like those occasions where you might just want to nip past something. screen, isn't it? Considering that screen is so small, it doesn't do a bad job. Like I say, you will probably hear a lot of the... Oh, I'll tell you what, let's go all the way around here. I was going to go straight on there, but it's busy. It's a busy bloody section, that is. So we'll go this way. It's a very eager engine. Controls are backlit, excuse me, like a blue light to them. You see that? Alright, we'll take a right turn now. Like little pop-pops coming out the exhaust. And it's standard exhaust. Yeah, you feel it real punch when you just open your throttle like that. So low down grumps is it's pretty good really. I suppose really I should compare it a bit with the CB500X. It's definitely got a bit more punch. But it does feel physically quite a bit bigger and heavier. At the end of this video, if you stay till the end, I'll put some photos up and with the spec sheets for this that I've downloaded offline. Oh, it's a greasy road this. Yeah, we've got a van up my bum. Oh, the gravel, Jesus. Oh, look at this potholes here now. I'll find somewhere to stop and take a photo and have a walk round. God. It doesn't help when you say you've got a vehicle right up your backside. You've got to try and negotiate the conditions of the roads now. Yeah, it's very comfortable. As we've seen, you can get a wriggle on. And that torque, you can just feel the torque. I think it's about 7 Newton meters, but I might be wrong. Like I say, stay to the end for the listings. Right. You hear the engine, and from here you can hear quite a lot of the intake. That's something quite odd, isn't it? As you twist the throttle, it's not, when you look at the revs, it's kind of like a small delay. Right, I'll take a couple of photos. Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll have a walk round. Got to get my leg off there. God. Not so good for people with knackered hips. Yeah, so you get all this lot with it. All these fancy luggage boxes. I'm not going to open all them. Yeah. So this one has got the 17-inch wheels in it, yeah. But again, just have a look at the spec sheet at the end. Yeah, it's quite an extensive frontage. And to be honest, I didn't feel any significant amount of buffeting on my clothes, just around my head. But I didn't feel it as I more heard it. So no doubt you will have done too on the video. Right. Take a photo and I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now. Right. I've just taken a few photos. What I do like, the indicators are here. And down here. So no sticky out bits there. The hand guards and that, they all come standard. Yeah, there's a bash plate down there. It's got the holes for a centre stand, but I don't think you can have one on this one. You can have it on the X. I think it comes with a centre stand on the X, but not on this one. Yeah. Backrest there for pillions. Right. Now I believe, from what I've seen on YouTube, that it's pretty much the same frame as the 502. So it's basically it's just got a bigger engine in it. Because the 502 was noted as being a bit underpowered, you know. It's a good value bike, isn't it? No two ways about it. And I for one, the state of this road here, I for one would definitely not be hung up about the fact that it's a Chinese bike. You know, they've got the levels of equipment that the big boys could learn from. Not to mention that luggage, which has got to be worth about, what, I don't know, about £1,000, has it? If you were to get the Jivvy or equivalent. Car up my ass. Yeah, as you saw on the dual carriageway bit, you could certainly cross continents on it in comfort. No, I know I've not been out that long, but I've got no doubt whatsoever that the comfort will be fine up for that distance. You've got to be so careful on these bloody roundabouts. It's greasy. It's a nice bike. There is no two ways about it. Now obviously this is my first impressions review or whatever, so you know, it's impossible for me to assess longevity and what it's like to own and all this lot. But I seriously consider taking one out for a test ride if you're into this sort of bike. Get off my bum. Yeah, visibility in the mirrors is excellent. And it's coping with our pothole-ridden roads very, very nicely. And if you're in the South Cheshire area and like to take one of these out for a test run, or indeed order one, have a word with Roger at Crewe Motorcycle Centre, and he'll sort you out. You know, like we're doing 30 mile an hour in fifth, handling it nicely. A very lazy, just over 2,000 revs. And no, I'm not lugging the engine, people, before somebody says I am. I've no doubt if you mess around with the dash and you've got this control thing here, I'm not familiar with any of those, so I'm not going to start messing around with them. But you'll have miles to the gallon, no doubt. Front brake's very good, but back brake feels a little bit vague to me. Maybe with a few more miles on it'd be better. It sometimes take a while to bed in, don't they? I was watching Nathan the Postman. He did a video on one, and he was saying how good the brakes were, so that sky's looking kind of angry. It's got a nice exhaust note. I believe the service intervals on these, I think it's what, 600 miles the first one, and then 3,600 miles thereafter. I think. Don't quote me on it. I think that's what it is. Compared to the CB500X round town and whatever, it does feel a little bit more top end heavy, but it is a bigger bike physically, so you'd kind of expect that, wouldn't you? Like all this area here is a lot wider on this. The screen's better, because even at like 30 mile an hour, the CB500X, I was noticing, not feeling but hearing buffeting. And I can't hear anything on this, but then again that might be down to God knows how many factors, like wind direction and whatever. I'll take a right here. I do believe that the indicators are self-cancelling. Yeah, take a right here. Yeah. Oh, so I'm just left the indicator on just to see if it goes off. Is it going to go off? No. So no, they're not. I don't think they're self-cancelling. Quite busy. Thank you. There we are. We're back at Crewe Motorcycle Centre. Right, so, oh god, here we are, back at Crewe Motorcycle Centre, and there is the Benelli TRK702. If it was me personally, I'd probably junk these. They're obviously brilliant and everything else if you do long distance touring. I'm just not into them. They're just, you know, I know they're handy and everything else, but I personally would rather a set of soft panniers just to throw over for the odd occasion. The top box, yeah, fair enough. I could handle that. So anyway, so yeah, there you are, the Benelli 702. It's a nice bike, and as we've seen, it can wriggle on a bit. So anyway, so if you're in the South Cheshire area, like I said before, pop down and see Roger and have a word with him. And we'll see you on the next video. So please like, big thumbs up if you would, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.